Oh, there we go. Hi everyone, I'm Amber, this is Brandon, and so we first decided that we're going to introduce ourselves because it's a little easier and then ask the questions later. But like I said, I'm Amber, I'm a junior and majoring in criminal justice with a concentration in victimology and a hopeful minor in sociology if I can get it done in time. I commute from the Cape. I'm here on Mondays. Most of my classes are online. It's about an hour drive, so it's not bad. I like driving, so
same.
It like
empties out the mind,
I guess, right? Some of my interests include music. I play clarinet. I've been playing for about 10 years now. And I also really like going to Broadway musicals. It's an expensive interest of mine, but I really do enjoy it. And I also like to watch sports, and I emphasize watch because I've had 4 knee surgeries, so it kind of ruined any career I would have in sports in middle school. When I did play, though, I played softball, basketball, and I was a cheerleader. And I had a lot of fun doing it, so I was kind of heartbroken when my knees decided not to cooperate with the rest of my body. And then when I'm not doing schoolwork, I am a part-time manager at a local grocery store in Chatham. And I was actually recently promoted to manager, so I enjoy it a lot, and I get to boss people around, so hey, why not, right?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm Brandon Conway. I'm a junior here at BSU, live on campus, currently an RA in the Woodward Hall. I'm a criminal justice and psychology majoring in both. Let's see, really don't have much that I can go into depth with, but other than being an RA, I'm also part of Phi Kappa Theta, as we can see from my shirt. And then I'm also an orientation leader here on campus, so I have a fair bit of involvement here on campus. Other than that, I'm normally with friends, or I'm playing sports myself because even though I fractured my foot a long time ago and I still walk with the limp from it, I still play sports no matter what.
Goals. Can't do that, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so have you taken online courses before?
This is my first semester doing online courses, but I'm taking this as well as a psychology class. Yep.
Yeah. I took my first 2 last semester. I didn't start with 1, I started with 2. I really don't know why I did that. But
I mean, same.
it was different, that was for sure. But this semester I'm actually taking 5 online courses, so it's been hard trying to manage my time well. But now that the semester is up and running, I'm getting used to figuring out what to do when.
Yeah.
Which is really helpful. I'm glad that some courses...
Still figuring that out, because I just use the weekend as a way to be like, hey, homework.
I gotta do this and this. I like when people when professors lay out what we have to do each week.
Yeah, I like the week in advance because then I have the opportunity for it. It's like when I look at it at the weekend, because I have classes during the week where it's like the weekend I'll be like, all right, this is what the work that I had to do for this week was, and I can get it done within this time period.
Yeah, I like being able to sit down and do like 1 class at a time.
Yeah.
And making sure everything gets done because everything's laid out for me.
I also hate having classes where you'll have to do like work within such a short time span, where I enjoy having like the week, even though you'll get like more work or stuff like that. I prefer having more work and having more of like an opportunity, because there are some days of where I literally don't have any time at all to like do anything other than my other priorities. So I'm like, I can't even get the homework done.
Yeah. I can relate to that. I guess we sort of covered that a little bit, but advantages and disadvantages to online courses.
Yeah. Wow. I'd say probably one of the biggest disadvantages, though, is just not having like the face-to-face contact.
Yeah.
Because that's a way that people learn, and that's like just one of the easiest ways of like falling behind, is when you don't have the ability to walk up to the teacher and ask a question and have them explain it thoroughly in front of you right then and there.
Yeah. I also, that's something I had to sort of work through last semester when I first started the online courses, because I was so used to seeing a professor in front of me and learning the lesson that way that even though it was easily laid out to me and I understood what was going on, I still kind of missed that aspect of having a face-to-face conversation with the professor.
Yeah.
And actually like putting a face to the name.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of my online courses this semester, I have been able to like either see a video of the professor or have them introduce themselves and then have them introduce us to like the video class and everything. And it's been a little different, but I like it a lot better than my classes last semester. That's for sure.
That's better.
I think one big disadvantage for me, and this happened last year, one of my classes, one of the requirements each week was we had to comment on 10 different people's work. And I get like 2 or 5, but 10 started being a little too much, and I started losing track of if I made 10 or not each week. And then I just caught myself like saying the same thing, but in different ways. I was like, yeah, great work, nice job. And it was sort of terrible at points, but I got through it, surprisingly.
Alright, and next bit. Advice for anyone taking an online course for the first time. Alright, so I'm just having you bullet out stuff at me right now.
Alright, I think that my own advice, even for myself, would be to reach out to the professor and students in the class if you do have a question, because it is going to help you a lot. And don't think that just because you're taking an online course, you have to do everything yourself. The students and the professor are there to answer questions. And it can seem very daunting at first, but once you get the hang of what you have to do and like you get comfortable with the students in the class and the professor, it becomes a lot easier. So
I hope so.
it's going to seem scary for a little bit, but you'll be fine. Are you worried about anything with this course, especially since it's sort of your first online course?
I mean, other than just like the normal like falling behind on work or like anything like that, it's just like the making myself and holding myself accountable to make sure that I'm getting the work done and that I'm doing it to like my fullest extent, that I'm not lacking because it's an online course.
I feel like with this course in particular, I'm not worried so much about content or work or anything like that, because I like how this course lays out everything week by week. So I'm very confident that I know what I have to do each week. But it could get very confusing at times about making sure you do everything to your highest ability. And so...
The video?
Yeah, going on to the video. What did you think about that?
I mean, I was brought up with that philosophy idea well before, like, I saw the video. It was actually one of the reasons as to why I got into criminal justice, because I always thought about, like, the whole 1 versus 5 scenario of where it's like, what would you do in a scenario? Would you save the 1 person or the 5 people? And I found myself always more or less going with saving the 5 people no matter what.
Yeah. I do agree with that. I actually found myself answering the questions as the video went on, too.
Oh, yeah.
And for the first part with the train, saving 5 or saving 1.
It was easy to just switch on over.
I was like, just save the 5. Because in your mindset, you think that 5 is better than 1.
Yeah.
And if you have the chance to save 5 people, you should save those 5 people.
Even when he was, like, talking about, like, the trap door with, like, the fat guy, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, even though it's, like, a lot more serious on yourself, it's saving 5 other people in, like, sacrificing 1. It's, because I've grown up with the idea of, it's sad to say, but, like, if there's ever, like, a shooter or anything like that, like, I knew that I was always going to be one of those people that ran into action where even if I sacrificed my own life, I'm saving others.
Yeah. I feel like that goes hand in hand with the doctor situation, too, because I feel like as a doctor, you have that mindset that you want to save as many people as possible. Yeah. So you don't want to...
That was actually the one that I disagreed on, because I was like, well, with the doctor's code, like, you're not supposed to be letting anybody, like, die that you could save.
Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'd call that a wrap.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Excited for the semester.
Hope we have a good one.